nigga, I'm not new to this shit. I'm just new to this area. You remember? I've been doing this shit.
DJ Khaled.
Album that he teased almost
two what, months or 2 years ago? If you say 2 years ago, I'm going to laugh so fucking hard at DJ Khaled, dude. Let's go, bitch.
2 years ago is still not out.
Oh my
in his most recent appearance, he pushed it back again. Now I think he has an even bigger problem that I'm going to describe to you in a minute.
Yeah, he has a marketing problem, and he has a Drake effect problem, because if you don't have Drake on every hook, bro, you ain't gonna make money, dog.
But if I were to put this in NBA terms, think about it as if Steph Curry lost his ability to shoot jump shots and three-pointers at 38 years old. Think about it if LeBron James lost all his athleticism. It's like the thing that you have built your career on has completely gone away. I'll break it down to you, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and definitely hit the posse cuts, putting the biggest artists in the world onto records and hoping that they would fly. And to be honest, he has had a lot of success doing that. And his other biggest selling point was his personality. He was a larger-than-life guy, no pun intended. He made light of things that most people thought were heavy. He had catchphrases. He was funny. He was engaging. He was a master marketer. But right now, a lot of those things have changed. And if you forgot who we used to know Khaled as, let's roll the clip.
I can eat like 5 of these back to back. No, on everything I love. It's all right. It's all right. Protein.
Call me asparagus.
Tell him to bring out the whole ocean. 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 Let's go to the beach. Let's go swimming. Let's go golfing. Tell him to bring the yacht out. What is it? Baklava. Arab, we call it.
This nigga Khaled, man. What the fuck, nigga? 1 second. Let me move this so that you can see Khaled in all his glory. Do you know what I mean?
How do you spell Canada? How do I spell Canada? D-R-A-K-E. Some boy have stone, and mine like me have limestone. They ain't believing us. God did.
What's that on your vest?
October chandelier.
It's a chandelier.
Right. Gatorade.
So for years, anything that Khaled said or worked on turned to platinum. Literally, it had a chance to go top 10, sometimes even number 1. But when your whole gimmick...
Khaled really showed us how to use the internet properly. Let's give him that much. If you guys aren't giving him his flowers, that's incorrect. He really knew what it meant to pick up the phone and just start yapping, dude.
Is your personality, and people kind of get tired of it because it becomes corny, or your whole gimmick is putting 2 large artists on a track and hoping that it works out. That doesn't last forever. We can look at his latest 2 releases. We have one of them that released this April with Lil Baby and Future, and that peaked at number 70 on Billboard.
Oh, God, that's a flop. That's a flop. This is what I'm saying. What was I saying? This is my whole premise of today's video. The whole sauce for today's video is this. The idea that comparing your old accolades to your current state, if you are in the state of the desert state of scarcity, as we always go through seasons of abundance and seasons of scarcity, okay? In the seasons of scarcity, you need to be careful, because in that time, the things that you're going to try to do aren't going to work, such as Khaled right now. Yes, he had all the number ones, but now everything is flopping. How you move in this new environment and territory and terrain will make everything else matter. So let's see how Khaled handles this flop, bro.
But even if you don't want to go by Billboard, can any of you tell me what that song even sounds like? I don't, and I like Future and I like Lil Baby, but Baby has been cold up until recently. Then you can look at a song he put out with NBA YoungBoy and Post Malone. You have the best of both worlds. Post Malone's crossover appeal and NBA YoungBoy, known to chart high or sell a lot of records because his fans stream his music like no other. That peaked at, I believe, about number 23. So if you look at Khaled's marker for success, where
oh, and I didn't even know that song was released. Brother or whatever.
He's been for the last decade, those 2 singles fell short because it was the same old play. But there's also another layer that we have to get into, and that is Khaled's relationship with Drake. Khaled saw his relationship with Drake as an asset more than a friendship, and I'll talk about how I can prove that in a second. But he was known for many phrases. I like what Drake likes.
A friend of mine, his name is Drake. Good friend of mine, Drake. So
if he's such a good friend of you, why did you throw him under the bus when everybody else is throwing everyone under the bus? You see? You gotta keep relationships, and this is a problem that I also do in my own life a lot. Is I like to always start back at zero, but starting back at zero is such a hard place to come out from all the time. New friends, new relationships. Sometimes it's a lot easier not to burn bridges.
I had the gold one on, and usually stuff like this, Drake would get hurt. So I was eating dinner with him, going over because I got 2 Drake records on my new album, 1 ready to go. Yeah. So I wore my gold one purposely that day because I sent him that video, and it was this without the diamonds around it. So I said, let me see what you got on, and he had this one with the diamonds around the one I had. So like in the sound class world, he pulled out a big dog on it.
How do you spell Canada? D-R-A-K-E. He was a big proponent and promoter of the music that he makes with Drake. And there's a very simple reason why. If you look at his history on Billboard, 5 out of his 10 biggest songs have one thing in
common: Drake. And guess who has the same system in place right now? Also, a bunch of other rappers in the game too, that have a bunch of number ones because of Drake. Rick Ross especially, bro. The only number ones he has is with Drake. And look at what's happening with Rick Ross now. Flopping.
Common, a Drake feature. One of them was even a Drake throwaway called Grease, which charted. So whenever you get Drake and DJ Khaled, it is instant success. You'll also notice in that recording that he says he had 2 Drake songs ready for the album and one was ready to go right now. And he made that famous post, I have 2 Drake songs on the next project with a video. And Drake responded with, you must be talking about Drake Bell. And that one Instagram comment has left Khaled's whole rollout in shambles and nothing has been the same since.
Why would he think he could diss Drake and then get a record from him? Oh my God.
Now, I've already shown you why the Drake feature or the Drake song means so much to Khaled, but I haven't explained the other part of it, and that is what it means to the label that Khaled is a part of. When you can lead with a Drake single, it opens up a budget for you to work on the rest of the album, to work on the visuals, the promotional tools, the marketing, which Khaled is so good at and which is such a necessary piece to him. So if you lose the Drake feature, you certainly lose a big part of the budget. You have proof of concept. When I work with Drake, I'm likely to go top 10, which means I'm going to sell a lot of records.
So now the biggest sort of cash grab that you had for the project is gone. So now what's happening? Because everybody else who you put up to the test, they're not putting the numbers up. You put Baby up, no numbers. You put Future up, no numbers. Post Malone, NBA YoungBoy. Usually all 4 of those niggas are supposed to put numbers in your pocket. Nothing. Now the biggest artist that you're supposed to have on your project is not there. You think the label's just gonna what, press play on this project? No. If they keep, listen, if the label's gonna keep pushing it back and it's been pushed back 2 years and it has to come out, most likely what's going to happen is going to come out in the winter time because then they can write it off as a loss, right? You also have to pay attention to a lot of projects. That's how they usually do it. It's either sometimes, if it's released in Christmas time, it's either a write-off or they're banking on it, making a lot of money because of the Christmas time. Let's get back into it.
When I stream a lot of records, I'm going to make a return on the label's investment. When you lose that feature, you lose that selling point. So maybe the label says, well, you don't have the Drake feature, Lil Baby and Future didn't get the job done. What else do you have in the tuck? How are you going to guarantee that this album is going to be a success? And I think Khaled has been searching for that answer. And remember I said, I think Khaled viewed that relationship as more of an asset than a friendship. And we can listen to DJ Akademiks right here.
Drake starts beefing, it's like Khaled changed his number on him. Like, yo, Khaled is missing. Like, you know, you see Khaled, yo, missing. Yo, usually he's blowing up Drake's line. Like, yo, I like what Drake like. Yo, where Drake at? Missing, you can't find him. Apparently, after the whole battle, first time Drake even sees this nigga or hears from him, he pops up online and say, I got 2 Drake tracks. Yo, Drake is like, yo, bumbo clock. Ain't this the nigga I've been looking for this whole time? Drake had no choice. 2 tracks with who? 2 tracks with who? Hold on. 2 tracks with who? Bro, it's not like Drake was looking for him to slide. The nigga went ghost. First time he see him pop up, the guy said, I got 2 Drake tracks. Yo, Drake, it finally hit Drake. Nigga, he's an opportunist. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't care. This is, oh my God, that's so nasty work, fam. And the craziest thing is, like, this isn't just how Khaled moves. This is how the majority of the industry moves. If your name right now is bad PR, ain't no one gonna stand next to you, dog. Because all these niggas are worried about their bag. They're worried about making money, blah, 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 blah. We get it. They're all worried about the dumb shit. This is crazy, bro. Man's gonna just stand beside Drake. If you have all these Drake songs in your thing, you should have stood beside him during the beef, but you didn't. So Drake cleaned house, bro. Cleaned house.
Talk about you.
So this pretty much cements it. Akademiks is basically saying the same exact thing that I said at the beginning of this video. Khaled viewed the relationship much differently than Drake. When Drake works with somebody, he considers them friends. He considers them close, family. You eat dinner, you go to his house, he goes to your house. Even the album Her Loss was recorded in DJ Khaled's house. That shows the trust and the value in the relationship. But when Drake was going through this issue with Kendrick Lamar in 2024, Khaled said nothing. It's not like he wanted Khaled to drop a diss track. You didn't even check up on your friend or someone who was supposed to be a friend, and that is the most appalling thing. And we can pretty much say this is cemented because Drake took a direct shot at him on Iceman. He said the beef was live, you turned halal and got on your Dean, which means you didn't even do anything. You tried to stay in between when I've done more for you than the person that I was going up against. And I think that's a fair critique. I'm not mad at Drake for doing that. But now the question is, what does DJ Khaled do? You can't rely on a Drake feature. You tried the Future and Lil Baby, it didn't work. You tried the Post Malone and NBA YoungBoy, it didn't work. Where do you go from here? People are viewing you differently due to some political circumstances. People are viewing you differently due to the way that you treated some relationships you've had in the industry. The same corny gimmicks, the same corny personality that worked. I'm not saying corny in a bad way because it was a great selling point for you. You're a funny guy. That isn't working anymore either. So let's hear what he had to say in his latest interview.
On different album covers and
Well, they executive produce all my albums, and they're part of all my studio.
This nigga is now, what do you call this? When you go in the media and you start showing the portrayal of family, it shows the idea of family man, appealing to the family thing. Back in the day, if you did this in the music industry, you'd be grilled, right? That's what happened with Usher when he got married. The whole appeal at Usher fell off because he was supposed to be the heartthrob single dude. And now that's not the case anymore, right? So then you have a situation like this where now the whole being a family man and having children, it gets publicized, right? You look at Kanye and Kim Kardashian's wedding, that was one of the biggest online events to hit the internet. So the whole being a family thing, it was a good marketing decision. Let's see how this plays. I mean, we all see it because we're not stupid, but most of y'all, it need to be explained what he's really doing.
Process. Like I said, everything's for my family. And, this album, everybody been waiting for it. I was originally going to come out this week, you know what I'm saying? But the album keeps getting bigger and bigger, so we need a bigger date.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes with music, you know what I'm saying? You got to remember, I've been doing this for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? I put out 13 albums. I am beyond grateful and thankful for everything that we've done, right? And hip-hop changed my life, and I live and breathe and sleep and embrace hip-hop. That's what I am. But this next album, A Lamb of God, it's like, why am I going to rush? And every time I make some new music, I get another opportunity to make.
This is a good PR spill, bro. This is a good way to flip the PR. Oh, I just need more time because it's becoming we're spending more money on it. First of all, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Niggas saying we're spending more money on it. So I need a bigger date. Shut up, dude. You're not spending. There's no way the label's putting more money into it, dude. They're trying to find ways to already start recouping. Maybe if we get Khaled talking about the album, we can get some streams on some of the songs, start recouping this fucking loss of an album.
I'm even bigger, and I just left the Jay-Z shows, the Roots Picnic the other day, the Jay-Z show. I got inspired even more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yankee Stadium one?
Man, I went all 3 nights.
You did.
All 3 nights. So I got inspired even more. So the album's getting bigger.
Yes.
So I need a bigger date.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? But we are dropping some new music soon, though.
Now, say what you want about Khaled, but you cannot deny he is a hustler. Khaled was in Shadas as an extra and has turned his career into something that can take care of generations and generations of his family. When you talk about DJs of this era, there's no way you can leave Khaled's name out. His imprint and his blueprint is that massive. So say what you want, but you cannot take that away from him. But he keeps going at something. He says it has to be bigger. The date has to be bigger. The music is getting better. The music is getting bigger. But my question to each of you is this: who is the biggest fish you can draw in the music game right now? If you look at Kendrick Lamar, let's say he gets a Kendrick feature, is that going to push the needle? I'll be honest with you, I don't believe so. Kendrick was on Cardi's album, and Cardi specifically put him on there so that he can get himself a Grammy and he can push the numbers. To be honestly fair, that didn't happen. No one can tell me that the Kendrick feature pushed the needle. It just didn't. Then you say, all right, do you go get a J. Cole feature? Number one, Cole is not doing features right now. Number two, I don't think that Cole would give him a feature. And number three, if he did, is Cole going to give you the Billboard success and a large-in-life image that you're chasing? The answer is just no. I'm sure the music would be fire, no matter which artist you go with, but the answer is it's not going to push that Billboard commercial success that Khaled is looking for. Then the only answer that I can go to that I believe he's probably hinting at is Jay. But where Jay is at in his career, with potentially a new album on the way, is he going to give one of his better verses to Khaled right now? I don't see that happening. And if he does, is that verse good enough to push the commercial needle? That's a question that
It's not. It's a flop. Anybody that went after Drake in the beef right now, you guys are seeing the repercussions of it. You're all flopping. Rick Ross, Baby, Future, apparently. Come on. I don't know what you niggas were thinking, sipping the hater soup, but